on the platform, though I have not sent an invitation to you yet, but I will see maybe something I can send to you in the middle of presentation, just so you could actually see how it works. I might use that as an example. So let's see how it goes. So the Slack tool, one thing you need to do before you're able to use the platform is that you need to have the Slack tool downloaded on your system. So pretty much, this is what the Slack tool icon looks like. I have it here on my Chrome as a Chrome extension. So that's why it's showing here. But on a good day, you could just type in slack.com in the URL bar. I think it will just prompt you to type in the URL of the workspace you're going to join. But for someone like me who already have it on my system installed on the Chrome extension, I'll just click on this. So you also may want to download it on your computer, like maybe on your desktop. Also, it's a mobile app too. It's a mobile app, so you can download it on your mobile phone. It's on Play Store and it's also on Apple Store. I think is that what they call it? But it's also an app, anyways. On Apple Store. Okay, so I think one other person, yeah, so Wumi's joined us. Okay, nice to have you, Wumi. So everybody is on mute because, you know, it's, I don't know, I'm recording so that whoever is not able to join at this time, I could actually share this with them and they know how to use this tool. And that's why I'm muting everybody for now. But maybe later, if you guys have questions, we can talk about any questions that you have. So Wumi, I'm sharing the app. This is the Slack tool. That is a tool that I actually believe you are in this platform. I'm not sure, but if you are not, then I could actually send you an invitation. So can you guys put in your email address so I can actually send you an invitation so you see how this work right off the bat. So you'll see a chat box. There's a chat box in the teleconference where you could provide information about your email. So I will just show you how it works. Okay, so I think I have from somebody. Okay, so top where I have yours. Let me just use that as an example while I wait for the other guys. Okay, so I'm gonna proceed to, so on the left pane here, you would see that there is SupplyJobs Canada on the top left corner. If I just click on that arrow there, it will give me an option to choose maybe other workspaces that are available. So you can see here it's showing my profile. This shows serial. This is SupplyJobs Canada. So the workspace, the active workspace right now is this that you're looking at on the left-hand side there. The URL is supplyjobsca.slack.com. So on a good day, if I send you an invitation and you download this software, the Slack app on your phone, for example, when you try to connect via the link in that invitation, it would ask you to actually put in the URL address. So this is what it looks like. So this is what you're going to put in: supplyjobsca.slack.com. And then it would also ask you for a password. Apparently, if you got an invitation, you probably will be able to log in with a temporary password. But let's see how it works here. I'm going to send to, I hope I have the other guy's email. I could send at the same time, or I could send separately. So let's send. So I'm gonna pull your full name here, because this is also like a professional platform. So we don't like to use just any name, because we want people to know who is behind the screen. Okay. So I just sent an invitation to Tokpe there. So try to see if you can, if you have received the invitation. Let me see if you guys also have. I think I have from somebody else. Okay, I have from Nana. Okay, so I'm gonna send to you as well. Let's do the same thing. Just gonna go here. Okay, what is that again? I need to go up and go back up, and then invite people to SupplyJobs Canada. And I put it in. I think. Let me see to make sure that I got their email address correct. I mean the full name, right? Okay. Just a second. I just want to make sure I get them. Okay. Let me see. Okay. I think I got it now. Okay. So I believe somebody is in already. So you could see that there's a prompt there on red mentions. So I'll scroll down to go and look at that. So I have, I have Roslyn. Roslyn is in already. So he said, this is the very beginning of your direct message history with Roslyn Fashion. Roslyn just joined. Choose a welcome message to send or type your own below. So here is a way to welcome whoever joins the group. Usually, if you join a group, there are some set of channels. So I'm jumping ahead of myself here because I haven't talked about channels already. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to go to the community page, which is at the Sierra Project's website. Yeah, because there are some sets of rules, because this is a community, so there's a community guideline. We don't want people to just come in and then, yeah, do what did not or what does not conform with the objectives of the community. So that's why we provide that type of information in advance. This is a professional network. Okay, so on the Sierra Project website, you actually have a page that is dedicated for the community, which you will see under more right now. That's where it is. The link is so community. Okay, so here is the page. Pretty much, it's just a page to provide some information of what we're trying to achieve here. This is a platform for mentoring. Well, even though it is not really that advanced in terms of the web page, this just pretty much shows the information of what we're trying to do here. We'll provide job search resources, webinars, trainings, and networking events information, mentoring and coaching activities. So all of these things actually are being achieved through that Slack platform I just showed you now. So all of these things that we use that Slack platform to actually achieve them through the Slack technology. So here is our guidelines you have here. You have the SupplyJobs Canada as a group of supply chain and project management professionals with an international background and experience. The group is focused on empowering each other for career and professional development in Canada through mentoring, information sharing about the industry's trends, job opportunities, and emerging technologies within the industry. So the Slack is one major tool we use for that. And then also there is WhatsApp. I'm sure one of you actually right now in this session is on the WhatsApp. Wumi is on the WhatsApp. The WhatsApp pretty much is just, is something you're able to react to immediately. And Slack does the same thing. Actually, you're able to respond to messages or any other posting that is put in Slack as well. Yeah, so that's also one major benefit of having a Slack tool. So when you join the community on Slack platforms, after you sign in, you'll be added to this announcement channel and a bunch of other channels anyways. But this is the very first channel where you probably will be introduced to the other guys in the group. And then also this is a place where you get information or any updates or any events that is happening within the group or even in your localities there, wherever you might be in Canada. And we know one thing is one of the protocol here is to flesh out your profile. Just don't leave the profile there that it does not create a good impression. We really, as a networking platform, we really want you to create that first impression. Because this is a place where you're able to network, without seeing people face to face. So you want a situation where you want to bridge that gap of that lack of face-to-face connection with your contacts. So you want to provide some information, and then this will be your as much as possible. If you have a professional headshot, put it there, and then also a little bit of an introduction of who you are. Just tell us a little bit about your background, and I think that would be good enough. So this is the place where we would appreciate that you introduce yourself. That's the experts, mentors, peers, and introductions. So this is also a place where you will see other folks who are in that group. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go back to that Slack platform to actually show you these things. Just want to make sure we list Slack platform. We'll usually recommend people to contribute, provide information, to the rest of the group. There are a lot of information to share with you on that platform, that concerns maybe job search, maybe certifications, maybe, several other things, as long as you just keep the discussion focused on the objectives of the platform. Usually these are the things that will create issues, which might make somebody or an admin person to intervene. If you're not putting in your professional profile as suggested, if you fail to include your first and last name within your profile, a lot of people will just come into this kind of group and they just drop off, their promotion of their whatever they are selling. Yeah, that's also a red flag. We don't discuss politics. We try as much as possible to avoid it because our group is actually a group of different nationalities, different ethnic groups. So we don't want to discuss things that might, create, kind of a situation where people are not happy with what is being posted about them. Also, we avoid religion, religious discussions or anything with political undertones. If we see people who are trolling other members, of course, we're gonna throw those people out. We don't want people who are also rude to other members of the group. So yeah, like any other group, we reserve the right to deactivate accounts and then to basically eliminate any person who is not really complying with the policies of the group. So that is the foundation, just so everybody is all on the same page of what the expectations are within the group. Like I said, it's a professional network, and then we want to actually always keep it professional. So yeah, so I go back to the tool now. So on the left-hand side here, it's really like your control panel, basically the left-hand side, and whatever you click will show on the right-hand side. And for the most part, if you click on any file, the file or something you opened recently is likely to show on the right-hand side, which you can see there is a file, the hybrid resume. that was recently opened by me, because that's what I did, that is showing right there. Okay. Let me see if Wumi, I'm not sure if you already let's see. Sorry, a little cough going on here. Okay, so far I think I only received email from 2 people, so I'll move on. I think I see an Ade there. I'm not sure who that is because it's not a full name. Okay, so we just provide some information as to regarding the community guidelines, but now let's go to where the real thing is. Okay, so on the left hand side here, you would see threads. Threads basically are, if just like feed, like the feed you have on your Facebook of everything that is being posted, like a timeline kind of a thing. So that's what that is. If anybody mentioned your name, in their messaging, probably shows up there. Then there are drafts if you are working on something or you're typing something, and there are pretty much every other stuff that will help you to get things done quicker. But the really important thing here to mention is the channels. So channels is one of those key feature on the Slack. Channels help you or help us to be able to organize information in the Slack tool. And by the way, let me mention that Slack is actually a collaborative tool. So it's a tool that is used within teams to work collaboratively. So as a community, even though we could, use, stuff that are more advanced than, tools like this, of course, Slack is really very good when it comes to collaborating. And a lot of the things that we're going to be using this for, of course, because we're going to be using it for mentoring, like I said earlier. We're going to be using it to provide job search resources. And I also use it serial projects within the company, my own startup that actually organized runs this. I actually also use it for helping with job search. Like things like, as you can see the IB resume on the right hand side there. So this is one of the tools that I provide. This is even available to you guys. If you're looking for IB resume, it's something you just have to type in here. What you're looking for. Say for example, you're looking for information regarding job applications, for example. So just type that in, and then it should bring in any information regarding job search. So you can see all the articles, that focus on different types of situation with job search, tips, tools, and stuff like that. So that's one way to use it. Just jump right straight to this bar here, and then just see, go straight to what you're looking for. And then talking about mentoring is actually a tool that I use to pair people up. Look at this one here, right here. You see, it's a private one. Private because you can see a lock beside it, because whatever conversation is going between those people, I don't want any other person to see it. So it's private. It's only information that is shared there is only to be seen by whoever is invited into that particular group. So it's a private group. But there are a lot of groups that are public groups. So you see Innovations Month, interview tips, ITC professionals. So these are resources that we're using, curating resources that relates to people who are into IT and telecoms. There's the one that is job opportunities, but this is, and for the most part, are not up to date because it's not really. We have very recent information there. There's one that has to do with mindset, because we also try to address issues like this, because when we're talking about career development, yeah, well, there is the mindset aspects of these things, so those are also important. There is a networking, so this will be tips that helps you to be effective in networking. So yeah, I created some videos, of course, talking about those type of things, so I share them here. Whatever either I created those information myself or those content myself, or there are content that I see maybe on a net, and I feel this will be very, very helpful or add value to what we're doing in terms of career development. I bring them here as well. And I think for the most part, you could also share information here, but I will get to that part. Oh, there's project management professionals. So there are resources here for people who are into project management. Different things, references, videos, he's talking about Scrum process. Yeah, a lot of stuff. This is the PMI, PM book. Things to just help you, whatever you're working on, if you're working on certification. So this type of a thing here where you see PMP certification, but there's a lock beside it. It is private, that's why there's a lock. So it's only people that are invited in this group that will be able to see the information. So this actually has videos, recorded videos, training videos. So it's a premium, kind of a premium resource. It's only people who are paid for such things that gain access to them. Then there we talk about procurement here. So these actually are things that we created amongst ourselves as a group. So we created, maybe we had, so you have the procurement, project procurement management, this is a component in the PM book. And then there are some resources, maybe some industry publications, yeah, different things, that relates to procurement. Then there are what you have here, which are basically local networking groups. So this is Regina, Saskatchewan. So I created this for people who are in Regina, who are in Saskatchewan, who would like to know each other. Maybe they want to set up, some maybe coffee meeting and stuff like that. So this is a place for them to make that happen by connecting with people in their localities. There's one in Toronto, there's one but apparently that is not something that is working right now because of the COVID-19, where people are not able to, do social gatherings as much. There's risk management. There's one for resume. So it's strictly you're looking for stuff that relates to, how to create an effective resume. Yeah, this is a place where you come to. Apparently, there are other professionals who are also members of those groups. These are people you could actually connect with on LinkedIn to let them know that, oh, you saw their profile on our network, and then you're just kind of interested in how they're doing, and you like to connect with them on LinkedIn. So that's a way to go about it. Yeah, there are a lot of tools like that you just need to look in here, and you'll find there are videos. Just if you're curious, you could just go in there and look at all those things. Interesting also is that we are also creating stuff for HR people. So you see, this is for HR. We create stuff for other type of professions. So this one is for CSCP certifications. Not in there yet, beyond the brochure, but I'm looking to bring in resources in there, especially for people who are looking to get certified in CSCP, for example. There's data analytics as well. So a lot of different things here. There's business analysis. There are even books, that you might be interested in to read, for professional or career development or personal transformation. That's it. So let's go to the messaging tool. Okay, but before that, let me go to the announcement tool actually. So this is the announcement tool. So this is the one where I said you'll be getting community announcements, activities of this related to Supply Jobs Canada. So this here you have things that are very recent, like I curate stuff here on a daily basis. So you will definitely be getting information here on a daily basis. So, but what happens is if there's any new information, you're likely to see a red thing pop up on the left-hand side here saying that mentions or something new came in. And you also could set up your notifications in the settings area. I'm sure, if you click on this tab again, so you go down here, you see settings and administration, and you could do a lot of stuff, like maybe you know, you prefer that notification is silent, you know, and all sort of things. You can configure all those there. So these are other workspaces that I'm involved with, basically, that I work with. You know, so there are other workspaces. If you want to switch them, you click on the box. One thing is you could only see the workspace that you've been invited into. Apparently, you would never see all of this on your own side. This is what you will see because this is where I've invited you to join. So that is that. So notifications. So you can see the one that is talking about notifications here. Post notifications. If you want to put notification, be post for an hour. Maybe you're in a meeting or something like that. 2 hours, whatever. You view your profile here. You can also see your preferences here. So one thing to also talk about on announcements here, you can actually respond to stuffs in this place. Look at the message announcement here. You could, you know, type in stuff here and then share with that group. I think this is the only place where I allow that because I don't want people to just be posting all sort of things all over the place. You know, like I said, this is a professional network. This is the only place where I've allowed people to make contribution or respond. The other items, you know, that I might open up later is those networking groups like this Calgary Edmonton Coffee, where people are, you know, basically the purpose there is to have people kind of come and go, you know each other and stuff. So definitely might need to make that open for people to make comments. But pretty much every other one is just, you know, you're not able to post in those channels. Okay, so I talked about the other channel I think I might want to talk about right now also is the Expert Space Mentors. This is where I said you should do your introduction. So this is a place where you could put your introduction to let people know about you once you join the group. So what then I do, you can see a lot of examples here from other guys. So what I then do is to share this in the announcement to use that to welcome you into the SupplyJobs Canada Slack platform. So that. There are a lot of stuff that are private. Those ones that you have a log beside them, you would not see them because you're not a member of those groups. But if you're a member, like I'm a member, because I use some of these things in consulting for people or basically helping people who are into job search. So this talks about Gladys App project. So apparently this is a particular client of mine that I'm working with. So I use it for these purposes too, because then all these resources you're getting for free, apparently some people are paying for it, you know, to engage me on one-on-one. But at the same time, you know, you are getting it for free because I don't have to, you know, you're not engaging me on a one-on-one basis. Is the reason why you're not paying for this. Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Beside that, now I think we will go to the messaging area. So if you want to send a direct message to people, so you go, um, let's see that again. Where is that? Okay, so this is direct messaging thing. So this is me showing you a serial, as you can see. There is a particular artificial intelligence tool that is actually basically matching people together to go for a coffee or engage. So this is where you have this. This is also private. It's only those people, but it's managed by an app. So that's why they kind of look a little bit different. So recent conversation you've had or recent messages you've had on the platform, you will see them show up here. Like you see recently, I opened up the Rustling. Sorry. So if I want to send something to Rustling, for example, so as an example of messaging, the way it works here, I'll click on our name and then I could type whatever I want to type in here. Maybe I want to message, okay, I could say something like, you're welcome. SupplyJobs Canada. So that's an example of how that works, and that's it. So she will get that message on our end, I'm sure. So Slack bot, this is the the bot behind this tool. So this particular Slack bot is one who raised this particular information is here. So it's just kind of doing his own thing in the back end. But if no one that you're looking for is listed here, then go into the direct message, click the plus button here, then you could open up a plus. You can see that you open up this direct message pane here, or form. Then you could basically you could look for the person that you would like to chat with. See, thought I said Wumi is here, so this is Wumi here. Okay, so maybe one day ago, okay, maybe she joined one day ago. So if you want to message Wumi here, what I'm suspecting is she hasn't really downloaded the app on her phone. So sometimes if you don't do that, you wouldn't really be able to communicate. But now I see she's been interacting with this tool. I see she makes changes to her name, and also she has students of like in operations management. Yeah, so I believe she's in, she already install this on our phone. I pretty much I think that was yesterday. So I provide this information welcoming her to SupplyJobs Canada platform. So if I wanted to provide anything, any update, this is what I could do. If I want to share, so I go straight to this. If I want to share an information with her, or maybe I want to share a file, I'll click on this. Look at this thing here. Okay, I think I'm getting a message in chat. Okay, we're able to see. Okay, great. Okay, so Wumi says she got the message. So here I could click on this thing. You see, the cool thing about Slack is that it is integrated with a lot of tools. An example here is the Google tool. So I could actually go to my Google Drive and pull something and then basically post it in that message box and send it to me, like, okay, maybe I see this interesting article, or there is this presentation that I would like to share with me because we're working on something together. Then I will just, from my Google Drive, I'll just pick that file, and then I'll post it in, and I will just hit on this particular one that looks like an airplane. That's a send button. But the first thing to do if you want to share a file is to click on that attachment file there. And then you'll be able to pick. But there is ones that are critical or that are specific to Slack tool itself. So this is the create new one. So you click on the create new. So when you click on create new, you can do a lot of things with create new. Actually, it's one of those tools that we use for job search or resume review. This is one we call create a post. So we actually use this to generate kind of a checklist for the job description, because that way we're able to get quickly to the requirements of a job. When we create this type of document here, we're able to analyze. I call it SWOT analysis. You're able to do a SWOT analysis of the job description, basically. So just saying that there are several other functions you could use these things for. You could create a task with it, and then even assign that task to your team member. So there are a lot of things you could do here. You could create calendar events. You could do all sort of things. You can create a spreadsheet, but all of this on Google Drive, as you can see. If you want to create a new one, you can start a call. You can actually do a group call where you can have other people within the platform in that same call. So set myself a reminder. If you have a task, you want to remind yourself of, you can set a reminder for that. So these are all the cool stuff you have here on the Slack platform. Beyond that, there are integrations. So integration means that you're able to extend the capabilities of the Slack tool. Yeah, so let me look at my checklist here now. I think I talked about a lot of things already. I talk about the login, I talk about downloading the app, and then we'll talk about the community guidelines. We talk about the settings, how to maybe get notifications or to post notifications. And then I think we talk about the URL. So the URL for joining. Messaging, I already talked about messaging, so now I'm talking about, I also talk about channels. So I think what we're talking about right now is the attachments. So the one thing I think I should also mention when it comes to attachments, actually, if you want to get somebody's attention, maybe you're doing a posting, just like you do in social media, you actually could say um, at, and then you'll be able to pick the name of the person. That way, actually, that person knows that you mentioned them in a comment. So they will be prompted that there's somebody mentioned them in the message. So that's one thing I thought I should show you. So there's some social media kind of a thing happening with Slack. So that's also what is really cool about it. So there are apps here. These apps are the apps that I've downloaded on this one. The thing with the app here is limited. I think they're limited to 10 apps. So one of the ones that I've been using so far were work streams. So I use work streams in managing job search activities, what I call the jobs Kaizen. Jobs Kaizen basically is helping people job searching in a continuous improvement manner. We work on different things, and then we use this work stream to actually track what the the job seekers are doing. That may not be something that relates to you, but just kind of for information's sake. Donut is the one that is matching people up for networking opportunities. Trello, Trello is actually a project management tool. I think I have a couple of things on this one. I don't know why it's not. Okay, so let's look at. There's a particular group or channel here called SupplyJobs Canada. So it's like an admin. Let me see. It's like an admin channel. So if you want to search for a channel, you would first of all pull on this hashtag, and then you could type the channel you're looking for. So yeah, I'm looking for hashtag SupplyJobs Canada. So you see something like that came up. Look at that. So I just click on it. So it's also a fun way of getting quickly to the channels you're looking for without having to be struggling to look for what you're the channel you want to go to. I don't know why it's showing no connection. Go online to get latest messages. I do have connection here. I don't know what's going on. But in any case, that is how to quickly get straight to what you're looking for. Just type hashtag and you get straight to the point, what you're looking for. If you're also trying to mention somebody's name, then just put at in front of that person's name, and then you type your message. Yeah, I think it's Slack is having an issue with internet connection here. Is why we're not seeing anything. But if you want to go, I think if you want to go straight to go actually look at the integration, there's a platform where all the different types of integration are listed. Where we would have seen if we wanted to add any other integration in the tool and stuff. But you don't need that right now. That's really advanced, and I wouldn't, belabor you with those type of things. But having said that, is there any question that comes up right now? Like, let's just see if there are questions and I can answer them. So you have a question and answer box just right there on in your tool, the Zoom tool you're using. If you could type your question in there, that'll be great. Your question? And just so you know that because this is a community, right? Like you can contribute things. I pretty much have limited, postings to some few channels, like I said earlier. Pretty much the announcements channel is where you could post directly. But if you do have anything that you felt it will be of a good tool or a good resource for the community members, you know what? Just share with me, and then I will post it. See, this is direct message. This is me here, Serial. So you click on serial. You know what? You can just, if it's a link, you just put the link right here. You see some of you that sent some things in here. It's so integrated that I could see some of the. This is where I see all the registration from you guys, and I'm able to then know, okay, something is going on, because I will receive a notification on my phone. So if you want to post something, you just come in, like you want to post something that you think is relevant and you don't want to share in an announcement group, you can send it to me here. You can put a link there, or you can use this attachment. It's a file, just the way I've mentioned, and then you just go to your computer. If it's saved on your computer, click on that, and then you could pick that thing. So it's bringing up my computer files right now. Yeah, it's taking too long than I thought. So, but you would see the box that would show your files, your computer documents, and you're able to pick what you intend to share with me, and then I'll have a look at it, and then I will put it in the appropriate channel. Yeah, so that is it for now. I don't know if you guys have any question. I don't see any question here. Yeah, it's no question here. Pretty much it seems we're good to go, like everything is clear. So you know what, if you have anything to share, like you want to talk also, you could just raise your hand, and then I will be able to allow you to talk. So you see, it's just brought up the box where my documents are saved. And then from there, I'll be able to pick whatever. I'll navigate to where I want to pick any file that you want to share with me. If you were sending something to me, and then I'll be able to see it. If you just share it with yourself, I won't be able to see it because it's private to you. So that's the way this thing works. It doesn't allow people who are not called into a particular channel to see what is being shared. So if you are sharing a document, then you better post it inside my own message box, and that's when I will be able to see it. Yeah, I think that's all it is for like a brief introduction into what is going on in the the Slack tool. But one thing that is pretty clear that you need to know right now, that there's a lot of stuff here that are good references for whatever you're working on. Either you're doing job search, either you're because you have all these interview tips, resume tips, cover letter, and all that stuff. Just typing, like I said earlier, just type those things in there, and then you will see the resource that we have created here that will be of help with that. If you have any question or anything, you can just jump in straight into the direct message and message me. So I know I get your question, or if you have any concern, to let me know. So that is it. I don't see any questions.